Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Eriana Revani Rahayu with ID 21220031 from Class B Crossing. Today I will present to you about a compare and contrast essay. The title is Online Shopping versus Traditional Shopping. So what is compare and contrast essay? Compare and contrast essay is a text which analyze or compare two or more subjects in order to explore the difference or the similarities. Both subjects compared are usually in the same category. The structure of compare and contrast essay, there are two types of structure. First one block and the second one is point by point. Are shown in the diagram below. Here the left side is the block and right side is point by point. So we can see here the difference between the block structure and the point by point structure. In block structure, the first one is introduction, and then followed by the explanation of object 1. Object 1 like point 1, point 2, point 3, it can be in any paragraphs, paragraph 2, 3 or maybe 4, and then there is transition between sentence and or the paragraph, and then it's followed by the explanation of object 2 or second object, and the last part is conclusion. And then we can see while the point by point structure, the first one is introduction, and the second one is point 1. It's the comparison between object 1 and object 2, and then point 2 is also the comparison between object 1 and object 2, and so on. So the difference is in the block 1 it is explained one by one. For example, explain the first object and then later it explain the second object. But while the point by point structure, the explanation is comparing both of them in any point. For example, in this case, shopping online and traditional. For example, from the price or maybe the seller and so on, something like that. And the last part is the conclusion. It's the same. In this case, I will show you the example of compare and contrast essay using block structure. So the title is Online Shopping versus Traditional Shopping. Shopping is an important activity for humans to buy the necessities of life. It could be shopping for primary needs such as food and clothing, or even buying other necessities such as home equipment, electronics, makeup, etc. Shopping is not only done by women, but also men from any ages. Buying and selling activity or transactions could be happen anywhere. For example, in traditional markets, supermarkets, mini markets, or shops, depending on what items are being sold. In this era of globalizations, the form of shopping activities and habit also change. Nowadays, shopping can be done anywhere and anytime by using internet. That's called online shopping or e-commerce. Online shopping is the marketing and maintenance of products or services through electronic systems such as the internet and other computer networks. In other words, we don't need to come to the shop to buy something. We just need the internet or Wi-Fi or open e-commerce application in our gadget while sitting and relaxing. We can already do the transactions with the seller on the other side. However, even though the online shopping have made it easier for us to buy necessities, traditional shopping is still done by people both in villages and urban areas. Traditional shopping is an activity of exchanging goods and services directly, or face-to-face between buyers and sellers. When we shop traditionally, the buyers visit the sellers and make transactions directly. The way to pay the services or goods is usually using cash. Some shops accept accept debit payment or e-wallet. Shopping both online and traditional, each has its own uniqueness. Both activities offer or sells goods or service to consumers. The difference between the two activities, as you can see in the table on the screen. So this is the online shopping and traditional shopping differences. The first one, online shopping is not limited by time, meanwhile traditional shopping is limited by time. And second, the online shopping, the sellers are anonymous, meanwhile the traditional shopping, the sellers and buyers meet face to face, or the buyers come to the shop. The third, the product or service offered is intangible or digital, meanwhile the traditional shopping, buyers can see and check the goods directly. The fourth, the transaction is using e-wallet or m-banking for online shopping, meanwhile for traditional shopping, it's usually by cash. From the table above, we can conclude that online shopping and traditional shopping has similarities. Both of the activity is to purchase something or goods, but the differences can be seen from the time of purchase, the seller, the product, and the transaction used. A mini research in form of questionnaire was conducted by the author on 42 respondents from the range age 15 to above 50 years old to find out their response to online and traditional shopping habits. From the result of the questionnaire, it is known that 51.1% of respondents prefer traditional shopping, and the rest is 48.9% of respondents prefer online shopping. The reason why the respondents choosing traditional shopping are because first, they can check the condition of the goods directly. Second, they like to socialize, and the third is easier. Fourth, more efficient, and the fifth, there are special discount at offline stores. And last, can make sure the price and the goods are appropriate or not. Meanwhile, the reason of the 48.9% of respondents which choosing online shopping are because the first one is they feels like it is more effective in time, and then second is easier, and the third is there is special discount on online shops, and the fourth more choice of goods, and the fifth is they are not the type who likes to meet face to face with the seller, and the last one they get products that are not available in traditional stores. So based on the result of the mini researches, both of the activities have advantages. In this case, it's online shopping and traditional shopping. The advantages of online shopping are being able to do shopping anywhere and anytime. And then saving time, it's easier, being able to buy items that are not available in traditional stores, and having special discount for online stores. While the advantages of traditional shopping are buyers can check the condition of the item directly, there is socialization between sellers and buyers, and then more effective, there are special discount for offline stores, and the buyers can determine whether the price and the item are good. Beside of that, online shopping and traditional shopping also have disadvantages. The disadvantages of online shopping are not so reliable, prone of fraud, and the e-commerce accounts are prone to being hacked, and less secure transaction. While the disadvantages of traditional shoppings are less effective in time, less choices, and less innovations. But nevertheless, both online shopping and traditional shopping are still the choices for people of both gender and age, because shopping is one of the important activities for the ongoing economic life in the area. So that's all from me. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.